Hello everyone, I'm the Vacuuminator,
I'm Buster.
and this week in Toku, we're going to be discussing the new King-Ohger, the next Kamen Rider, and it's real! The Shin Japan Heroes universe is real! But before all that, Buster, how you doing?
Well, first off, all the finals in college is done for the semester, so yeah.
Woo!
Um, and also to celebrate, I basically just binged and made a video on Ultra 7 in like 3 to 4 days. So
Damn,
that was an
look at
experience.
you.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that later. And yeah, it's been a pretty fun week. There's been like hurdles, but it's mostly been like appreciating what I have. So
Yeah, I can get in similar lengths because I got back from my trip. I got a bunch of money from the insurance settlement, so that's been nice. I've been catching us up on some bills, paying down my credit cards, put some money in savings, and then I went on a bit of a toy hunt today, and I got quite a bit of stuff. A couple things that pertain to this show, but I haven't opened them yet, so we'll talk about them in a future episode.
e
But if you want to listen to that future episode, hey, help us out in the algorithm. Make sure you're able to listen to it. So hit like on this video if you're listening on YouTube. Comment down below with some of your thoughts on things that are happening this week in Tokusatsu. Subscribe and ring the bell in order to enable notifications and get every modular media video upload podcast content thing delivered right to your inbox. It's not just TWIT here. We got modular components where we shoot the shit, sometimes with a guest. We got No Prize Podcast where we talk about Western comic books. We got Analytical Fanboys where we talk about whatever the hell somebody wants to talk about this month. And we got all kinds of other stuff cooking up in the background. Yeah, if you want to know more about that, follow us on Twitter at The Modular Media. Join the subreddit r/modular media. Follow us on Tumblr at Modular Media, or follow us on TikTok for clips from the podcasts. That is at Modular Media. But that's all the plug-in I got to do right now. So let's get into the news. Our top story, and for once it's actually something worthy of being a top story. Holy shit, they actually did it. Those crazy fucking bastards at Bandai made a fucking Anno Shin Japan Heroes crossover product. It is a DX quality combining mecha toy of all four of the main characters from Anno's big modern properties. And not just that, but they shot an ad for it like it's actually from something. Like, they shot new CGI and footage of them combining into a robot, which is exactly as ridiculous as it sounds with how different all these characters are. But on top of that, they made a fucking suit. There is actual, like, Sentai mecha footage in this commercial, and it's glorious.
Yeah, apparently, like Anno, he didn't have any input in design, but he did specifically request some shots of the mech, so like for the commercial. So that's pretty neat.
Mm-hmm. He specifically requested a shot of it majestically walking through explosions, which, I can agree. That's always a great debut thing for a Sentai mecha, and
yeah.
It looks great here. There's some cool footage of it fighting like some vague cloud CGI monster mashes, and this toy, like, honestly, for like just basic kids toy level figures of all these characters, it's not bad. Like, there's a fair amount of paint on the Godzilla. The mold's not too inaccurate. The Kamen Rider looks really nice. Frickin' Ultraman's got some. He's got some cankles. He's got some big old gams, but all his paint is there. He's got enough articulation to do the laser beam pose. He comes with a laser beam effect, and that looks like a toy of Ava Unit 1. And then they all combine together into, like, a horrifying monster mash of everyone. Just everyone is involved somehow. It's kind of hilarious, but also the best thing ever. I think my favorite thing is how, like, Ultraman becomes one of the arms, and his head, they don't try to hide his head at all. He's just turning to face forward. Like, he's staring defiantly at the enemy.
Yeah, well, that and Evo Unit 1, because they're both arms and legs, so that's...
Yeah. I do like the detail though of like slightly accounting for the weird scale issues of Kamen Rider doesn't actually transform, his bike does, and he just stays on top of his bike.
Yeah, the bike is the helmet. That's great. He'll form the head. And just all the details, like Ultraman's beam forms the sword. The Ava units, freaking
AT fields?
AT fields like help with like shields. It's great.
Yeah, it's a really cool toy. I would be really tempted to get it were it not for the fact that it is a P Bandai exclusive and it's going to cost roughly 250 American dollars.
300 if you're going for Big Bad Toy Store.
Yeah, Big Bad Toy Store sure loves to price gouge on import stuff sometimes, but like this thing looks really good. This is one of those, like, if I was a crazy rich fan, I would instantly buy this just for the sheer toyetic lunacy of what it is. Like it really appeals to that toy collector side of my brain. But like, even though I got a really hefty insurance settlement recently, it's not hefty enough that I'm willing to throw away $200 on one toy that I only kind of want.
I mean, I love everything here. So I'm tempted, but like I need to wait for like a good, like, either like not the Big Bad Toy Store prices is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you need like some HLJ prices and some inheritance to make that worth it.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing, and if nothing else, we got that really cool short film. So yeah,
the fact that thing exists is so cool. But moving on to some less exciting news. Hey, new Godzilla acrylic stands. These are a big thing I found with Japanese products for some reason. It's just, here's a clear, flat acrylic stand with a graphic printed on it of the character you like. Yeah. I don't understand it at all. Like, that in clear forms is one of those merch things over there that I'm just like, why? Why? But, hey, more interestingly, the apparel company Heroes and Villains has rolled out a new wave of Godzilla merchandise, for graphic designs for shirts and hoodies, and these actually look pretty sweet. I'm a little tempted to get this Gigan shirt.
Yeah, you would rock that. Like, I actually like that they're actual graphic design things. I know that's the bare minimum, but a lot of shirts recently have just been, here is character.
Here is character. Here is logo. We put this through a filter to make it look like an art style. Please be excited.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But,
things to actually be excited about.
We have a reveal of the next Jet Jaguar figure, everybody. There's going to be a Bandai Movie Monster Series Godzilla Store exclusive limited edition Jet Jaguar retro color vinyl figure, which is just a Jet Jaguar, but in like some metallic paints. It looks really neat, but like...
Yeah. It's limited, so...
It's probably going to be really overpriced.
Yeah. Speaking of overpriced...
Oh, man. X Plus has revealed their latest Godzilla statue, which is Shin Godzilla, the Atomic Breath version. He's doing his big old yell, and like, you're supposed to imagine the beam comes out of it. He doesn't come with a beam effect for some reason, but if you want a big, stupid statue of Shin Godzilla doing that... here it is. I think the paint on it looks really nice. I love the metallic purple they used on him.
Yeah, just too expensive for us normal folk.
Definitely. But something that might be a little bit more affordable. Hiya Toys has revealed their next Exquisite Basics Monsterverse figure, and it is the Kong Skull Island Skull Devil, which is really cool. I don't know if there's been like a good articulated toy of this monster design before, so it's cool that Hiya is doing that. I'm not crazy fond of it. I've only seen Skull Island once. I really liked it. I just haven't had a chance to rewatch it since the first time I watched it, so I don't have a lot of attachment to these guys. But like, if I remember correctly, there was a couple of them in the movie, so these might be like a decent little army builder.
Yeah, they're like kind of mooks that like As BMass joked in his Skull Island review, we're there for the main protagonist to test out for the Metal Gear movie.
Yeah. Oh man. Just a little reminder: these are a Chinese product, so you're going to have to get them through an import site. They're going to be releasing sometime in the fourth quarter of this year, and they're going to cost $51 a pop. So maybe not an army builder. Maybe yes if you're a rich man, but like it's there. The choice is yours. Let's move into Ultraman news now, though, because Mill Creek has announced a new Ultraman DVD release, and it's a compilation. They're starting a new series of just like, hey, here's a bunch of episodes featuring this specific monster. So here's a series of episodes featuring Red King, and like, okay, fair enough. I know, like, there's people in the Ultraman fandom who are very big fans of specific monsters that have reoccurred a lot, but, like, this doesn't appeal to me. Just kind of seems like something for them to keep the license around and active.
Yeah, this seems like a filler thing until they can freaking renew to get, like, tie guns on the thing.
Yeah, which hopefully soon, but...
Yeah.
Moving on to some more exciting news regarding the future of Ultraman, we have another cast member. Yuki Ito has joined Ultraman Blazer as Teruyaki Nagara. He is vice captain and operations strategist of SCARD, also being an expert on kaiju biology. He is very disciplined, but can also be a bit out of it sometimes. So this is Dude Yuka.
This is like the bro of like that's gonna be to the main protagonist.
Oh yeah, definitely. I can see secondary scientist man vibes coming off of this guy.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's cool. Also, his actor actually posted a little tweet in English saying like, "Hey everybody, I'm excited to be an Ultraman. Thank you for being excited." So nice to see
neat.
that.
What isn't neat?
Yeah, moving into Kamen Rider news now, we have more merch being added to the Kamen Rider store in Japan. They're going to be selling little necklaces of Ace's Roman coin and Tsurumi's earrings. So if you live in Japan, you can go to the Kamen Rider store, which I think there's like one location in Tokyo, so good luck with that, because Japan's still a fairly big place, even though it's a tiny island. And you can buy these things. I think it's cool that a replica of Ace's coin exists. I would actually not mind owning that, but it's probably crazy overpriced, and like Tsurumi's earring, I don't wear earrings, so that doesn't appeal to me at all.
Next.
Yeah, man. Okay, man, P Bandai fuckery at its finest here, folks. We have the official announcement, which came just last night, of ID Core Deluxe Set 02. This is going to be featuring ID cores for basically every rider that hasn't been worth mentioning or hasn't been like a huge main character, plus a broken version of Nodge Sparrow's icon. Like you're gonna get what's his name? Kamen Rider Greasy from the recent episode. Groovy, that's right. I knew it was something with a G. You're gonna get Sarah's ID core. You're gonna get Kamen Rider Letter's ID core. You're gonna get the ID core of Buffa's dead friend, and you're gonna get Ben and John's ID core, which is all very cool. But like, it's a P Bandai set. It's gonna be stupid expensive, and also, not even fucking Bandai will get Ben and John suits.
Yeah, it's just kind of funny. You got all these writers, and then you got Japanese man and 2 foreign men.
Yeah, it's like here's our token regular bros.
Yeah, it's just like it's a funny image. It's just funny, and it makes the hurt of God P Bandai sucks like hurt less. So I'll take it.
I can't remember who said it, but I saw somebody say in reaction to this that like they should do a VSIN and Next or like a Toei Tokusatsu fan club special that's just like a clip show of the series of the DGP with Buffa's dead friend and Ben and John. Put them in the same series of DGP and have that be a thing. And like show how it connects to that one flashback Buffa had. And like Yes, I want more exposure for Ben and John, and hopefully that can be the way to get suits.
One day. I feel like it'll happen one day, but today's not that day, unfortunately.
At this point, I would take a fucking stage show suit, man.
Oh, you're gonna get a stage show shoot.
Yeah. Anyways,
Speaking
let's
of
move on
stage-
to let's move on to some big some more affordable but still fancy collector merch. We have two new SH Figuarts announcements. SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Punk Jack is coming. He is going to be a big expensive deluxe release because he will be coming with parts to be both monster and beat. Because
I think that's wrong. It just comes with monster, but you could put him with beat to replicate his special. Because remember, Nago came with beat.
Yeah, I had read somewhere that he would be coming with beat as well. That's interesting. But
apparently there are like two versions of it. It's like you can get a beat version or a monster version. Hey.
Well, everybody's gonna buy the monster version then, because that's the set of armor that hasn't been released with anyone yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks pretty good. It's a Geats figure art. These have been looking pretty solid. But also, Kamen Rider Glare is coming, and he looks really dang good. I actually really like the way this thing looks as a toy. I wasn't particularly fond of the suit in the show, but man, it looks great as a toy for some reason. Love that it comes with alternate parts to represent him controlling people. I feel like this could be a really fun one for display if you already have a couple other Geats Figuarts. The Team Rider is up to their usual dumb shit.
Yeah. I mean, if Glare's gotten like a Figuart, Gazer's probably soon. I prefer Gazer over Glare, so I'm
I actually forgot to quote retweet these, so I'm just gonna open them in other tabs and I'll get to them after the show.
Yeah, you got Vac, the #1 hater on this podcast.
I can't let Team Rider's bullshit go unchecked. It's a law of nature now.
But is it the rules of nature, like in this Televicoon special?
Oh my god, yeah, we got a Televicoon special. It's coming up soon. Hyper Battles Super Duper Fun Times DVD featuring Tsurumi and Neon doing a dance. That's happening. But also, more importantly, we got a casting announcement with this new tweet saying that Yuya Nawagata will be getting a face role. He's going to be playing a security guard in this, and that's pretty cool because this man has been doing a lot of big-time suit acting for Reiwa Kamen Rider. He's actually the designated suit actor for 01. So seeing him get a face roll is nice. I always like it when they do that for suit actors.
Yeah, he is 01, Revy, and Buffa.
So very cool. Hopefully he gets to interact with Buffa's face actor at some point.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
But we also got a huge media rollout for Kamen Rider Tycoon meets Kamen Rider Shinobi this week. Not anything like crazy new, but just like we have now an official look at that poster. We have an official upload of it. We've got a new trailer that shows a little bit of new footage showing more of the big bad who looks like frickin' Zox got hair extensions. And we have a new clean shot of ZX's actor, who is stanced up in a way that literally just makes him look like he's a Shotaro Ishinomori drawing.
Yeah, probably intentional.
Yeah, I do dig it. I'm interested in seeing how all this turns out. It seems like it's going to be a fun little special. And also, the listing for this is up on the Toei Tokusatsu Fan Club app now, and they wrote the description to look like it's actually like the 40-somethingth episode of Shinobi.
Yeah, so possible. That's interesting.
No, it's just like a cute little playful thing of like if Shinobi had aired this year, you would have gotten a like Ninja Rider team up at the end.
Yeah, I was just more thinking about like cameo, like what kind of cameos from like the other concept art ninjas, but like that's probably asking too much.
That would be amazing. Oh my god, live action Kamen Rider gay, finally.
God damn it. That wasn't even part of the Shinobi concept art, and you know it.
I know, I'm just fucking around. And hey, we're finding things out because the trademark is in, boys! We know what next year's Kamen Rider is called. Kamen Rider Gotchard is coming to a cat site near you later this year. That's literally
apparently this is going to be cards. It's gonna be like gotcha.
Could be cards, could be gotcha, could be a combination of the two. I saw somebody saying, what if the gimmick is just gimmicks? Like, there's all kinds of different gimmicks, and that's the gimmick.
I mean, isn't that like every Kamen Rider show already? Because there's always like secondary gimmicks. So I'm like...
At this point, yeah, but like super hard leaning into it, and I mean, like it sucks, and it's gonna allow Bandai to get even further away with insane money grubbing bullshit. But like, Gacha is insanely popular in Japan these days. It's become like its own genre of gaming over there, which is nuts.
I mean, we already had Burf who like already used gotcha mechanics, so
yeah. So of course they're gonna play into it, but I don't know. Hopefully the show's good. Hopefully some suits look cool. Hopefully people enjoy their friggin' expensive toys. Whatever. Let's get on to Sentai news. There's going to be a King-Ohger Mook, because every Sentai gets Mooks. I don't know if we ever talked about Mooks on this show before, but Mooks are basically like little catalog books of everything that came out within a period of time for a Sentai show. There's tons of them for every Sentai, and King-Ohger's finally getting its first one, but there's also going to be like a special little bonus in here with it. You can get a blue version of God Scorpion's soul. So if you want that... I thought you meant
like foot soldiers.
No, Mook is just a term that got applied to foot soldiers through jokes and stuff like that. Mook literally means a type of Sentai book. I don't think they do it for Kamen Rider, but I could be wrong. But like, hey, if you're into these, you're already going to be getting this, and if you are and you don't care about the special edition God Scorpion, maybe see if there's somebody who does, who would buy it off of you. Be a good friend to other collectors, people. But moving on, we now have an official look at Spider Kuromosis's mecha. It's going to be comprised of 3 different little bug boys. You got God Tarantula, God Cicada, and God Pede, or Centipede. And they combine together to form Tarantula Knight. And I gotta admit, much like Jeremy's Ranger suit, I'm not super digging on this. I think I don't really love the proportions. I don't love the colors any more than I did on Jeremy's suit. I do dig like the night vision 3D goggles thing. That's a cool little touch. But otherwise, not really super to my tastes.
I'm gonna do a big disagreement with you, because I think this is the best Six Ranger mech in a long time.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, because honestly, I don't know why, but Six Ranger mechs, like, Dawnbreakers had a fine one, but everything before that, they just sucked. I don't know what just happened, what they're cooking in the design team, but this one, looks really cool.
Admit, the last one I remember really liking was Patera Gordon from Kyoryuger.
Yeah, and this one is, like, it's very simple, but I think it's well done. It's simple, well done. Also, you got chainsaw, and I like chainsaws.
Oh, I didn't even realize that was a chainsaw. It looked like a sort of loopy, grabby cane thing to me.
This guy.
Yeah. But like a few other little details to note about this. The cicada is very obviously the same cicada Zord from Himeno's flashback. And there is a big golden crown piece on the back of God Tarantula that's probably for the Ultra Zord.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that works out. But hey, there's plenty more stuff to keep an eye on, because we got our tease for coming next month in Televicoon, alongside like a little solicitation for. There's a little bug catching King-Ohger toy where you can pretend to have like a terrarium full of bugs and grab them out. Okay, that's cute.
Hopefully that's in the show.
Yeah, but coming up next, Geats gets a new power, final form, King-like Team Emperor, further evolution of the Emperor for King-Ohger, Ultraman New Generation Star approaching Ultra Heroes Fierce Fights. That show's coming to its end, and nobody's really giving a shit because it's a clip show, and all kinds of crazy stuff coming in the next couple months of Televicoon. Oh boy, the cycle continues.
And the cycle contains a new...
Oh yeah. Moving into Power Rangers news now. First and foremost, and stupidost, MMPR Megazord Icon Hero card holders have been revealed. These are essentially little statuettes of the Dino Megazord and the Dragon Zord that if you have a fancy business office, you can put on your desk and you can stand up your business cards in them. This has been a weird merch thing for a while now. It's not affected any of the stuff we cover until just now. But this is specifically something made for the kind of stupid rich nerds who have big corporate jobs, especially because there's a ridiculous price tag on these. The Dino Megazord is going to be $145, and the Dragon Zord is going to be $90.
I see.
No fucking thank you.
Yeah, I feel like if I walked into an office and I saw someone with that, I'll be like, you're immediate red flags.
Mm-hmm. Is your name Elon? What's going on here?
God damn it.
Hey, good news for Power Rangers. The Lightning Collection Alien Rangers box set released in the UK this week, and it's fine. There's no QC problems.
Okay, I have to rain down in your parade slightly, because I only saw one person report QC issues, and that was like an arm falling off on Blue.
Yeah, okay, I was going to mention that. Somebody had their arm pop out of its joint, which has been a thing with Hasbro figures for years. That happens on scattered figures here and there. That's not the same kind of QC issues we've been dealing with the Lightning Collection.
Oh, yeah.
I agree it is a problem. It shouldn't happen with a toy you're paying money for, but also it's something that can be easily fixed with how these toys are put together.
Yeah, I was just gonna mention that, but like 99% is good.
Like I had that happen with a classified figure live on stream once, and I was able to fix it immediately.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, but for the most part, there's no issues with these. So, and I mean, like that includes the Yellow Ranger. His belt and his symbol are fixed like we were told they were going to be.
Yay.
So, seems like we might be finally out of the woods with this line. Maybe. Let's give it one more release.
Let's give it knock on wood.
Yeah. And hey, speaking of one more release, randomly on eBay, the prototype for the Lightning Collection Omega Red Ranger cropped up.
Hasbro needs plumbers at this point. What's with all these leaks?
It is ridiculous. And the crazy part is, it's a completely unpainted prototype. All of this looks like plastic colors to me. Like maybe the shoulder pads and the belt, that's a shiny gold paint, but I don't think so. I think this is literally just right after being assembled together at the factory, somebody shoved it in their pocket or something like that, which is a little weird because I always assumed the parts were painted individually on their own, but maybe I'm wrong, or maybe they're not doing that for this particular box set. Either way, hey, we have a look at what these are going to look like now. Sculpt looks fairly accurate. As to how the paint apps are going to look, well, that's yet to be seen. But that is all the news that's fit to print. So, Buster, why don't you take us on to the new releases?
We got too much to cover. Let's get this over with.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with my favorite, or one of my favorites, Dogengers Metropolis, Episode 3, Fishing Scam. Oh, this was a funny one. I really like this one.
Every week, Dogengers gets subbed. It's my favorite thing of the week. I think I'm fully won over.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, genuinely, I enjoyed this episode so much. It was such a relief after, like, I haven't had a bad day, but I've been running errands all day and I'm tired. So, like, this was a really nice, like, just kind of stress reliever, fun, happy time.
Yeah. And honestly, this is the first time we really get to, like, delve into that guy's character. I forgot his name. Fisho?
Beancho Fire.
Fire.
And he is best boy, okay? I fucking love Beancho Fire. I need an SH Figuarts of this man tomorrow.
Yeah, he is one of the more newer characters in Dogengers, and he hasn't really gotten, like, he had some moments in high school, but this is really his first focus episode. And boy, this was a hilarious one, because he has a voice box, and the voice box, it makes him speak muffled, but when he doesn't have his voice box, he speaks in regular sentences. That's a funny-ass gag.
Mm-hmm. It really did get me the first time.
Yeah. And then he's a charming dude overall, so the gag never really gets old.
Yeah, and his suit design is so good, and like the little playful moments he gets with everybody are real fun, and the way it works into what they've been building with the main character is good. And hey, again, another fun moment for me as a new viewer, getting the little scene where Yuzu is just running around asking all the villains what their names are. I'm like, okay, good, I'm taking notes. This is yes.
Yeah, that was really cute. Just seeing like all the villains back again, and they're just having like a little party. I think the only new one was the big buff one, like at the end, where it's like he says, "I'm smitten" or something like that. He's impressed by Yuzu or something, and that's like the new one for this season. So
yeah, and I did think it was pretty hilarious when Yabai Kamen goes up to oh, I forget his name, Suffa Man, and he's like, who the fuck is this, by the way? And he's like, oh, I scouted her. And he's like, oh, okay. Stop fucking recruiting people! We can't afford to feed all these people!
yeah, like, there's a lot of great business corporate jokes of him. Shaburai Man.
Shaburai Man, yeah, I enjoy him.
I mean, he wrote the show, so...
Yeah, I enjoy everybody so far. Friggin' Yuzu's adorable. Binsho Fire's the man. Shaburai Man's is a good old boy, and oh, I forgot his name. The main cop boy. He's going to develop into a good old boy, I think.
Yeah, he's already starting on this arc, and it's great.
Also, fucking Ryuki jump scare in this episode.
Oh yeah, I mean, he already appeared in the second episode, but this is like
this is his proper introduction.
Yeah.
And he's a fun character so far, and it seems like we're gonna get more with him next week.
Well, like, because the subs are behind on the actual show, I've seen a spoiler with him, and he's gonna do some cool shit. I will tell you.
Oh my, I look forward to it, especially because all right, this is gonna be one of those things that I say, and people are just gonna be like, "God damn it, Vac!" But I gotta say it. He was giving me some like Mike vibes from Better Call Saul in this.
Okay. It does kind of look like a character from the Breaking Bad universe in this show. So.
Yeah, he looks like a Blue's Clues interpretation of a Breaking Bad character.
Yeah, it's great. That's the most perfect thing you've ever said.
Thank you. Okay, let's talk about the garbage.
Yeah, Jiras, Pink Tokusatsu creation. My voice doesn't reach you. Boring.
Gizirus is apparently how you're actually supposed to pronounce it, because stuff actually happened this episode. I will say that positive thing. Things actually happened this episode. We got a little bit of explanation of what is going on in this world, how it works, and what the character dynamics are. It's still really vague, and we don't make a lot of progress. But at this point, I'll take whatever I can fucking get, honestly.
Yeah, it seems like the plot is decade because he's traveling through worlds, but like the worlds are different concepts. I mean, that could be interesting, but it's still kind of dull. And then you have the blue rival characters, just kind of.
He's a goofy boy. He's excited to fight. He wants to Tatakai.
Yeah, it was fine. I don't know. It was better than I feel like the show is slightly getting better, but still not optimal. You know.
Mm-hmm. It really does feel like Masahiro, in a way, pitched to Toei like, "Hey, let's just do an ongoing decade post-show series where I just show up and fuck with other writers on Toei Tokusatsu Fan Club, and we could do like 5 episodes a year. Doesn't that sound fun?" And they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna do Outsiders." It was like, "Fine, I'll fucking do it with an OC then."
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I'm still sticking with it. I know you're like very like on and off about like keeping up with it, but like, yeah.
Well, like I said, this episode was better, so I'm not as down on it and like, oh god, I don't want to watch more of this as I was last week, but it still ain't great.
Yeah, it's like the freaking like, yeah, things could be mid of the week that we're going to need, like. Because, like, everything else has been pretty good this year. It's just we need kind of that, like,
this is going to be
show.
our punching bag show.
Yeah. Hopefully Blazer's good. And the new Kamen Rider, so, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Kamen Rider and Sentai, superhero time, hey! Kamen Rider Geats, episode 36, Yearning for a Transcendent United Front.
That's a really up its ass title.
Yeah, I mean the episode was good, but
yeah, the episode was good. It wasn't like a great episode, but it was solid. It did the stuff it needed to do to get us to the next point in the story. I enjoyed the whole subplot like Sarah finding everything out and having to deal with all those revelations all at once of like, oh, my favorite streamer's not a real person and she's has a suicidal depression going on, and my brother's been helping me all along. I'm not actually strong. Oh man, what do I do? I'll still help as best I can for the sake of everyone else, because I'm still a big sister. Damn it, that was all very nice.
Yeah, very kind of hit a bit close to home, but not like too close. If that makes sense. It's like, yeah, I can relate to that.
And meanwhile, the gay J drama between Geets and Buffa continues in that warehouse.
They have some great interactions, especially during the fight. I love the one specifically that stands out to me is like, you're invincible, and then Geets just takes Jin's gun and shoots Buffa, and he just nothing phases him.
Yeah. Because he's like, hey, you kicked me, what the hell? And he's like, dude, you're invincible.
Yeah, it's great. I very funny interactions there. Just a nice episode. It's just, we beat the Jamato guy. Like, Yeats and Buffa are doing their shtick. Everyone's getting character development, even if they're not fighting, you know?
Yeah. I get the feeling the Gardener's death was supposed to be a lot more emotional than it actually was. It came off as one of those moments of like, this is Tokusatsu trying to be artsy, and I appreciate that, but it's not working for me, fam.
It worked for me, because I already kind of liked the Gardener. He was a bit of a goofy guy, and I'm like, yeah, I get it. And it's like, oh, that's a bit sad.
Yeah, I mean, I like him. He wasn't one of my favorites, so seeing him die, like, first of all, he's a baddie, and second of all, he's a monster mash, so he was gonna die eventually.
Yeah, but like, the way the execution of the death was like, I like where you go. I like what you attempted here, you know? Yeah, and like next episode where it's like build up the final form, which everyone's been dissing on the new form, that like was previewed. That's incomplete, I can guarantee you. We saw a scan that we didn't cover. That's incomplete. That's like, oh, this is gonna be like...
Yeah, because a scan of the new raise buckle leaked. And I just literally forgot to grab it. It would have been in the news. But it looks like it's one of those it looks like the 02 driver attachment, where it's a big thing that when you insert another thing, it unfolds in a cool way. Yeah. So it's probably gonna be it's probably like it's probably gonna be like a 1 or 2 episode Berserker form that then we get the real final form unlocked.
Which, honestly, I kind of like that, because, like, we haven't had, like, it's a good twist on the Berserker, because Berserker's usually the penultimate form, but not, like, the actual, like, lead-up to Ultimate form. I think that's...
And a lot recently, the Berserker form has been, like, a drawn-out kind... Like, it depends on the show, but sometimes it can feel kind of tedious to have, like, a whole Berserker form arc.
And, like, even then, like, Revice arguably did, like, it was a hijack form, but, like, it fit the mold of Berserker form. It did that the best of recently, you know?
Yeah.
For as much as we diss on Revice, there's some good in it.
Yeah. So Geets was all right this week, though.
Yeah. You know what else was more than all right?
The sexy storyteller boy?
Yeah, Osamu Sentai King-Ohger, episode 12, The Sixth King. I love this episode so much. Oh my god.
I think it's really funny that for their Sixth Ranger, King-Ohger chose to cast Digibro.
Explain.
This is exactly the kind of flowery, like, I understand the nature of storytelling more than anybody else, and everybody in my analysis medium is beneath me shit that Digibro used to spout all the time.
Yeah, like, I was joking on Twitter when I was watching the episode, be like, this guy's like an up-his-ass video essayist. I like him. Because he's like, oh, let me teach you how to read a story.
Yeah, he's literally going like, no, you have to read between the lines. There's more to the story than that. You have to think about the themes, not just the facts, bro. And it all comes to the reveal of, like, what we fucking predicted. There's a part of the legend that got erased from history, which is there was a sixth king, and then he fell in love with a monster mash, and they had a baby, and that baby is him, and he has a monster hand. He's Monster Hand Dan.
Yeah, and I like that. I already like was like, oh, I already liked his like covering up hand, but I like his monster hand even. It's like, you know, they made the like one of the like kind of mid suits of King-Ohger. Like they made that like debut work.
Yeah, this is an okay fight. I more so enjoyed just like the various ways he used his spider powers throughout the episode. Like genuinely, visually, with the webs, this one episode is more creative than like the last 3 Spider-Man movies.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, like they do some cool shit with like the effects and just like the staging in this episode. I like how how basically he just goes to all the kingdoms in some way or just interacts with all the kings to like build up.
Yeah, that's the other fun thing about this episode. It's like an abridged version of the whole opening arc, just with Jeremy in Gira's position.
Yeah. It's good shit, and I love the character interactions are really solid as usual. Like the characters in the show are so good. Like they pop off the screen. It's amazing. And it's like Jeremy is a great addition to it. I always get worried when Six Rangers get introduced because I'm like, I already like these boys. Do we need another boy? And like Jeremy is a great boy. Like after the end of this episode, I'm like, yeah, keep him.
Yeah,
he can stay.
Also, we get the subtle reveal of the whole reason Kaguragi has been reporting to Regules is he has a sister, and Regules seems to be holding her hostage.
Yeah, not optimal. So yeah, there's a bit like it's really interesting to hear that like oh, he's not just a bastard. He's just generally like that's a front for his desperation. You know.
Mm-hmm. Maybe he's like a secret Keiwa.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see. Like I'm interested to see how like everything's developing because God, there's so many cool like arcs going on here. You know.
Yeah, and there's so much of this show left to go. We're only in the second. We're not even out of the first quarter yet, are we?
Yeah, this is still like first quarter stuff.
Oh my goodness.
And I was gonna say like speaking of Spider Kumans, I really love that his voice, like the driver voice, is voiced by one of my favorite Japanese vocalists at the moment, Chogakatsu. Like he did the Black Sun opening, and I really like his like he does a lot of covers and like originals on his YouTube, so it's really cool to see him like do a voice for the Sentai stuff. I don't think he did the insert song. I think that was like apparently it was the singer of the theme song who did it, but I hope he gets to do like an insert for like either the Mac
it sounded like it was Jeremy's actor to me.
Yeah, like apparently that was the singer of the King-Ohger theme song. I was told that it could have been someone else. Yeah, I am. Just lots of cool shit happening. King-Ohger. I'm a good imaginative show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know how much I can say. I really like the show. The characters are good. The effects are pretty solid. You know.
Well, you have said that 3 times now, so I think we're good.
Yeah. All right. This just kind of jumped up on us because I'm like, oh yeah, that's coming out today.
Ultraman Monday release. We have a show releasing on Monday when we fucking record the show, and I have to run errands and do housework. What the fuck, Subaraya?
I mean, it's not always going to air on Monday. It's just airing whenever they feel like it, because it's weird. Remember that? Whatever. Anyway, Ultraman Regulos, episode 1. This was fine.
It was fine. Like, full-on Scott the Woz, I don't care about this. It was fine.
Yeah.
I don't care about those characters. I don't have any attached to them, but I know they're, like, classic boys. So I think it's a little stupid that they blew up Leo and Astra's planet in a show that's not even about them.
Here's the thing. Apparently this is a Leo prequel. I've been told this is a prequel to Leo.
This is a prequel to a Showa series?
Apparently. That's what I've been told.
Fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. They haven't, like, apparently they're just...
I know this takes place before Destined Crossroads, but Jesus.
Yeah, fun stuff. But I will say, the opening, the first half of the episode didn't grab me, but I towards the second half, I'm like, I get where you're coming from. When it actually decided to establish characters and their dynamics, and be like, this is Regulos' backstory, this is his relationship with these characters. I like that part. Like,
it just kind of felt like generic YA novel fantasy school bullshit to me. Fair. Like I got big Harry Potter vibes from it.
Oh.
Not like the way we think of Harry Potter now, but like in the way it was of just like we're all friends who have these weird kooky backstories that all relate to this crazy extra dimensional powerful world that was hidden all along.
Yeah,
oh boy.
I get you.
And Regulos, don't forget, Regulos is a special boy because he has amnesia.
Yeah, it'll be... I don't know what's the deal. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I can see it becoming better. Like, this is just the establishment thing, especially because the second half really like, okay, I'll keep with it, but like, you still need to win me over, you know?
Yeah, it is fine.
Yeah,
It's not bad for as much as we're kind of harping on it. It's just inoffensive. Nothing really interesting happens in it.
yeah,
That's it. That's the shows.
yeah. I mean, like, it's nice to have Ultraman back on the docket. It's been
Yeah. So, hey, tell me about Seven.
okay. I did just made a video on this. You can watch it right now. Ultra 7. I watched this. Like, this was basically my celebration and my gift after finishing the semester. I'm like, let's just watch Ultra 7. And I don't want to. I'll try not to get into the things I got into the video, so you can watch the video.
Yeah, just
But
give us like a quick general overview of your thoughts.
it's good, very good. I understand why everyone considers it like one of the best ones, and Dan Moribushi is a really good protagonist. The Ultra Guard's a bit like, and like some episodes, they're not always bangers, but when they bang, oh boy, they bang. There's some
When they bang.
yeah, there's some really good hood classics in this show, and I don't know, something about it, just good show. I'm glad this was my first Showa series I finished because
Yeah, I do want to give it another try someday.
I do understand why you did it because it's very long, so it's like yeah.
Oh yeah. Speaking of long things,
Oh yeah, tell me about your Kamen Rider journey.
I watched episodes 6 through 18 of Kamen Rider 1971. I am very behind schedule. I don't think there's a way I can really finish it in time for Shin Kamen Rider now, especially because I completely fucking forgot. There's summer classes in my building. There's people doing summer school classes in my building, so I have to actually do work starting this week. So it's probably gonna be a much more slow. This is gonna be the summer of Hongo and Hayato for me, basically.
Yeah. Hey, like you still got the general gist because it is based on the first 13 episodes, and now you're past the first 13 episodes. So.
And I mean, like I have enjoyed what I've seen up to episode 44, but I've enjoyed rewatching these episodes and like getting a feel for things again. I really enjoyed this time around because I didn't even really like clock how quick of a transition it was the first time I watched it, but like the show literally just goes 5 minutes into an episode. Yeah, Hongo's not here now. Tachibana and this new guy are the main characters until we can get a replacement. And that continues for 3 episodes. And then Hayato just shows up out of nowhere, along with, like, Discount Store Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
It is like it's more of like a violent, obvious transition than even the power transfer, and that is saying something.
Well, I will give it credit. I'm not sure if you watched the episode previews, but episode 13 said that a new Kamen Rider show will start next week. So that was kind of their way of transitioning. It's like, it was just, this is a new show. What about this one,
Oh, yeah.
Like, I didn't really talk about it in my review, but they did advertise it as a sequel show. It's interesting.
Well, I'm looking forward to when they eventually ask me, do you remember this man?
Yeah, that was a great moment. I love
That's one of the most iconic shots in Kamen Rider, honestly.
Yeah.
To me.
Have you seen this man?
I want to buy SH Figuarts Hongo just to recreate that shot in figure photography.
Yeah, like Shin or original?
Original. We don't have a Figuarts of Shin Hongo. They made a Figuarts of actual Hiroshi Fujioka.
No, we do have a figure art of like Shin Hongo. Remember, they gave it the face.
Oh yeah, that's right. For the re-release, for the Western release of the movie. I completely forgot about that. But yeah, I suppose I could do that. I don't know. Yeah. I could do a lot of things. And
like, subscribe to me.
Yeah, this is the Buster. Plug your shit.
Hi, I'm Buster Corp. I do the videos on the internet. Hey, you know that Ultra 7 show I watched? I just made a video on it. Go watch it. I like how the video came out.
I haven't had time to watch it yet, but Buster makes good stuff.
Yeah, and also at Twitter at BusterBully3. I tweet about things and advertise my videos and retweet funny art. Also at Tumblr, I do the same shit. So yeah.
Hooray! I'm Vac. I make a lot of content in a lot of places. I make videos at the Vacuuminator on YouTube. I make figure photography. That's at _Vacuuminator on Instagram. I'm also on a lot of social media sites. You can find me on Twitter at the Vacuuminator, on TikTok at the _Vacuuminator. on Tumblr, thevacuuminator.tumblr.com, and I'm sure a couple other places that I'm forgetting right now, because honestly, I just want this fucking episode to be over. I'm a little tired at the moment, and I still have a lot of stuff to do tonight. So, hey everybody, that's it for this week in Tokusatsu. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here next week for whatever the hell happens that week in Tokusatsu.